Okay, so we are live on Facebook and I'm going to start recording and we are good to go. Everybody?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Hello, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Dr. Ved Malhotra.
Okay. Good evening. I am Dr. Ved Malhotra. I worked as a teacher, mentor, lead instructional mentor, and science coordinator during the course of 20 years of my service with the Department of Education. On behalf of the Association of Indian American Educators, I welcome students, parents, and teachers on this back to school Zoom meeting. Association of Indian American Educators is working for better education of the students. All members work voluntarily and support students, parents, and the teachers. Since the start of this association in 2007, we attracted Indian graduates for teaching and guided them to start with substitute teaching license in New York City public schools. We have also assisted new teachers to get New York State certification for teaching in New York City schools. We have helped students in and out of the classroom for improvement of their education. We are active in supporting parents for their questions and concerns and are updating their knowledge about New York City public school system. So this association is working hard for the last 14 years and all the members are contributing. So now I would request our founder president, Mrs. Sushma Malhotra, to comment and host this meeting for everybody. Welcome, Sushma Malhotra.
Thank you, Dr. Ved Malhotra. So first of all, I must welcome everybody because I am just getting distracted because in between I'm getting calls. I don't know what's going on here. So I'm sorry. So the thing is, good evening, everybody. Today, as you can see that all the members could not make it because of some personal, social, or whatever family reasons. Some of them, the last minute decision, they could not come. And first of all, I really apologize. All those who are watching us, all those who could not join, but I must thank all those who could join. And I know you all work You live in Queens, but you travel to Manhattan. You live in Westchester and you travel to the Bronx. And you live in Long Island and you travel to the Bronx. I know many of you travel all the way to Jamaica, all the way. It's very, very hard. But still, because you are so much committed to this organization that you made it on time, and you're willing to give your time and your feedback and support to the students and teachers on behalf of the Association of Indian American Educators. As Dr. Malhotra just mentioned, that this organization was founded in 2007, and some of those educators are still with us. They are sitting right in front of us, and they are sitting here, and they're supporting the organization. The purpose was, and it is today and will be, to support the parents, to support the students, and to support the teachers. The main idea is to support. And what kind of support do we need to give to the parents? What kind of support we are giving to the teachers? As he already mentioned, and we already know, when teachers come with some educational background, with some educational experience, teachers, they all need still guidance here, because the way we all struggled, when they all come, we look for each other and we try to support each other. Like this organization give their time. On the screen. Okay, then I have to change something here. The view may be the speaker, and it should be the gallery, and then the speaker should be there. Okay, I think now it is better for the speaker. So the purpose is not only to support the students, the teachers, and the parents, not only, but to the all community members. Because when we immigrate when we become immigrants, when we move to another country, leave behind everything, and now we have to start from scratch. So the teachers, as we said, we try to guide them to get the substitute license and to get the certification. But the biggest challenge is for parents, actually. The parents who have to work, support, and bring food on the table, and to look after their children, and to give them education. So those parents, when they go to school, they have no knowledge what kind of schools we are dealing with, what challenges they have in the school, and what school is offering and what school is not offering. So it is a big challenge for them. No doubt. So this organization has been doing many services. We have been inviting the parents. We used to meet in the temple when physically we were able to do that. We went to the temple. We did go to the gurudwaras. We did in schools. We did conducted social, cultural, all kind of meetings and programs, so that parents can listen to us, parents can come and feel free to come to us. So at this point, I will say this is a non-profit organization. This organization is not for any kind of profit or any gains or making. Your picture is still. Okay, I am finding that there are some technical problems in my pictures. You all can see me talking, and okay. And you can see me moving, and okay, that's fine. Thank you so very much. I'm really sorry for this stopping in between. Now, the biggest challenge for students, because even when I came with her here with our young children, the kind of challenges those children have are three challenges. Not only educational, it's cultural, it's the language as well. So when they come to this country, it's like a cultural shock for them. So we thought, if we have this platform with Association of Indian American Educators, because I was looking for support of Indian educators, I was looking for teachers. Whenever I saw somebody, I said, oh, let's meet, let's plan how we can help our students, how we can help our teachers, and how we can help our parents. So that's what we have been doing. So this organization conducts three meetings. Like after every 3 months, we conduct our meetings, and we meet like quarterly, and we plan, and we give volunteer services to everybody, whosoever is willing to avail or whosoever is looking for the support. And then we try to do a very large program, like a cultural program, or we can call it annual program, with the support of other organizations, where we were able to provide food, where we were able to give them some support, and other organizations supported us also. So I'm just giving you a little background. What is the purpose of this organization? Now, moving forward, we decided after this pandemic, we all went through a lot. We all were locked inside, and students, parents, teachers, we were cut off from society. We were cut off socially, culturally, educationally. Students were getting remote instruction, and we were thinking it is not helping our students, it's not helping our parents as well. So now when citywide, New York City, New York State, everybody's going back in person, this was the best opportunity for us to come forward, give some support, give some help, and some kind of guidelines to our students, to our parents, and to the teachers who are in the field. If they need more support, we are here to help them. By saying this, I do not want to take more time from the speakers. And before I invite, I will just like to let you guys know, those who are listening, me, or those who are watching this program on Facebook, and we will record and put it on the video on YouTube also, if you want to learn and get more knowledge about schools, is that anyone can become the member, but you must have some interest in education. It is not that you have to have master's, BA, or BEd, or bachelor of this, or PhD, or doctor, but you must have some interest in education. You want to support our own community, and you are doing it to support the students who are coming with challenges. And when we have speakers from our group, when they speak in between, while I invite the next person, I will give more feedback. So first of all, I'm going to invite Kamini Mehta. I will request Kamini Mehta to give some of her own information. I can only say she's an educator. Whatever she does in school, she can tell you in brief, and then she can give you some support and some feedback and give you the real picture of what the schools are opening and what kind of help we as volunteers can provide to you. So Kamini, if you are you listening to me, you're watching me, please unmute yourself, and it's all yours. Please go ahead.
First of all, good evening, everybody. Ms. Malhotra, I'm coming from Queens towards Long Island, so I'm driving. Traffic is really crazy. So pardon me for that. Excuse me, because you'll be seeing me moving. Having said that, my name is Kamini Mehta, and I actually teach in a small school. These small schools were created during the Bloomberg administration, I want to say. So our school is actually from 6th to, it's a combination of 6th grade all the way to 12th grade. And the goal was to keep our children from 6th grade to 12th grade in one school, one community, and one place. That's where we were. That's what the goal was. And in my school, I wear various hats. So one of the hats that I wear in my school is I'm an IEP teacher. That means, and this role also keep on changing every year. So this year, IEP teacher means I am the reading interventionist teacher. So not only I support the students who are with special needs, but also we call them students at risk. That means they are not special needs students, but they are at risk for some reason. Maybe they come from another country and they're not there, or whatever gaps they have. We try to provide them with intervention services. So that's one thing I do. In addition to that, I'm a programmer in my school too. So I'm not. Is it my mic that's making that noise, or is it somebody's mic that's not mute? I'm not sure.
Please,
But
please, everybody mute yourself. Kamini, you are fine. We can listen. We can watch and listen to you.
Okay, thank you so much. So those are the two roles that I play in my school. So that's one thing. So with that background, I just wanted to touch base on two major things. One is how schools are opening up in a unique way. So the first thing is that masks are mandatory for all students in the building. And everybody is sitting 3 feet apart. It's during the lunch time because when students are eating, the distance is 6 feet apart, only in the cafeteria. Other than that, the distance is 3 feet apart, and every student is mandated to wear the mask all the time. It's up to the teacher's discretion if she wants to or he wants to give a student that little break, but that means that they're not talking and they're not speaking. So they might have that, but it's up to the teacher, not at all up to the students that they need that break. Teacher has to be okay with it. So those are the things that are, and another thing, every classroom has a sanitizer. So there's an exit door and an entrance door. In the entrance door, there's a hand sanitizer that the kids can walk in and sanitize their hands, sit in the class. When they go to the next class, there's the same procedure. The schools are trying to keep consistency. That means every student or every class they go to, they're supposed to follow the same safety protocol. So there's layers of safety instilled in every classroom and in every building. Another thing that DO is trying to do that is that they're trying to give students the access to technology, trying to go paperless, so like Google Classroom. So that's another thing that the schools are trying to do. So that way there is the limit, trying to limit the cross contamination as much as it is possible. So those are the couple of things in I want to say in terms of safety that the systems that have been placed. Some schools might vary from one to another in one way or another. Not only that, because now that the technology that we learned during pandemic, now we are using it to our advantage. Meaning most of the things, like for example, when the students are coming and they had programming issues, they would all flock towards the guidance counselor's room, especially in high school. That's not there anymore. Now schools have created what we call Google Forms and QR codes, which has been posted all over the building, and all kids have to do is they have to use their iPhones and they submit the form with their issues, whatever programming issues that they feel they have. So that way we are trying to limit the clustering in the schools. So, and then at some point, guidance counselors, they look at those Google Forms and then they try to address the problem and reach out to the students one at a time. So if they want to, let's say, call the student, they call the student, or they will just email the student and let the student know that whatever the concern the student has. Maybe the student wants to know why I'm in this class, or maybe the student wants to switch the class in and out. So these are some of the safety protocols that have been placed uh, in my school, and other schools are also doing it somehow in a similar aspect. So that's the safety I would like to touch base on. Since, as I mentioned, that my school is from 6 through 12, so we have 8th graders. So 8th grade, I just wanted to touch base on is that is a little bit different from 6th and 7th grade. So usually back in those days, what we used to do was when we had state assessments, right? So if as long as a student has level 2 or level 2 or high level 1, they were promoted to another class. They called their science, what they scored in science class, what they got in their English class really didn't matter. But that was only for 6th and 7th grade. 8th grade, it's mandatory that the students pass their all 4 core subjects in addition to passing or receiving at least level 2 or high level 1 in their state test. Meaning that they must pass their English, math, science, and social studies classes in order to be graduated or in order to be moved to the high school. So that's a little bit different from 6th grade and 7th grade. Nowadays, I think I just call it, for the lack of the better word, there's a rat race of making sure that our students, when they go to 9th grade, they have at least 1, 2, or at least 1 or 2 regions under their belt. Like case in point, our school makes sure that our students our 8th graders graduate with 4 regions. So they walk in to the high school with almost graduating, because their regions are under their belt. So this is what's a new trend is, because that's what makes the middle school looks good. And this is how principals and, they work on the point system, and they get more points because they're offering more accelerated classes to students. So that's another thing that you must keep in mind. I don't know if the parents are there, but I'm going to ask all the parents, if possible, if you really, really want to know what's going on in the school, please join your school PTAs. If you are in your school PTA, Parent Teacher Association, you get involved, and you always get first-hand information, first dib on what's going on in the school. Not only that, your voice is heard. So whatever decisions are made in the school, there's your input in it. So if you want some changes in your school, if you want, let's say you think that your school should offer some courses, I highly recommend, please join PTAs. In addition to PTAs, what we have, we call it SLTs also, school-based learning teams also. There also you have teachers, administration, and some parents in that team. Try to join those 3 teams, guys. The more you join those teams, the more you will be involved in your child's academic life. And if you want to make any change, you are the voice in that team. Usually nowadays they prefer parents to speak, because even politicians, everybody listens to parents. So if you want some changes to be made in your school, please become part or members of those teams, PTA and SLT. So I don't know, Ms. Malhotra, how am I doing with time? Because I can go on and on.
No, I will say that's more than enough, because we need time to grasp and digest. It's like what you say, थोड़ा लो, थोड़ी information दो, और उसको हम ले लें, फिर हम उसको digest करें. और चाहे पेरेंट्स हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं चाहे नहीं जुड़े हैं, मैं समझ सकती हूँ कि इस टाइम पे मैंने कुछ लोगों को फोन किया, कांटेक्ट किया, लेकिन हम इस वीडियो को जो हम कर रहे हैं, फेसबुक पर जो लोग देख रहे हैं, तो वो लोग, मैं इसलिए भी हिंदी में बोल रही हूँ कि कुछ लोग अगर हिंदी में कंफर्टेबल है तो दे कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि हमारा गोल क्या है, कि हम पेरेंट्स को हेल्प कर रहे हैं, हम उनको गाइड कर रहे हैं. अगर उन्हें मिडिल स्कूल में जाना है, अपने बच्चे को भेजना है, तो मिडिल स्कूल में भी स्पेशलाइज्ड और टैलेंटेड गिफ्टेड क्लासेस होती हैं, जैसे हाई स्कूल में. सो एवरीबॉडी विल से समथिंग. सो कामिनी, मैं आपका बहुत बहुत थैंक यू बोलती हूँ. आप, मुझे मालूम है, ड्राइव कर रही हैं, यू आर ट्राइंग टू गेट होम फ्रॉम वर्क, I can understand. लेकिन जुड़े रहना, do not leave us, because we need you also to get information which other teachers are going to give to us. So now moving on, मैं, जैसे आपने कहा है हाई स्कूल की बात, I am bringing a very special person in our group, जो कि हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की वैसे तो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट है, लेकिन आज से 2007 से मेरे साथ जुड़ी हुई हैं, सुषमा अरोड़ा. वो अपने बारे में खुद ही बताएंगी कि वो कहाँ से हैं और क्या पढ़ाती हैं और कितनी उनकी स्पेशलिटी है. सो सुषमा अरोड़ा जी, आप आगे आ जाइए.
All right. Thank you, Sushma ji, for inviting me.
हाँ जी, पहले मुझे ये बताइए सब लोग, अब आपको सुषमा अरोड़ा की शक्ल दिखे जब वो बोलती है तो प्लीज बता देना, नहीं तो मुझे कुछ स्विच करना पड़ेगा. सुषमा जी आप आइए, फिर मुझे पता लगेगा.
मैं बोल रही हूँ. Can you all see me or can you all hear me?
Yes.
बिल्कुल दिखाई पड़ रही है.
मुझे तो सुषमा मल्होत्रा जी दिख रही है.
अच्छा, सुषमा मल्होत्रा दिख रही है सिर्फ आपको?
Okay.
चलो, अभी मैंने स्पीकर पर किया है, तो सुषमा अरोड़ा आ गई कि नहीं?
I'm here.
नहीं, आप देखिए उनकी स्क्रीन पर कौन है.
मेरी स्क्रीन पर तो सिर्फ मिसेस मल्होत्रा है. या
पे
मेरी
सिर्फ आप
स्क्रीन
हैं।
पर भी आप ही हो सुषमा जी, मल्होत्रा जी, आप ही हो, आप मेरी स्क्रीन पर
नहीं
भी।
हूँ। ओके, फिर मेरे को लगता है गैलरी में जाकर मैं सुषमा अरोड़ा को कुछ करती हूँ, देखती हूँ अगर मैं उनको। सुषमा जी, मैं आपको
You want me to wait?
नहीं नहीं, आप अपना शुरू कर दीजिए। मैं आपका इनवाइट करती हूँ सुषमा अरोड़ा, प्लीज कम। एंड मैं आपको चाहती हूँ कि स्पीकर पे आप आ जाइए, लेकिन हाँ जी, आप बोलिए, देखिए।
Sushma Malhotra ji, thank you for inviting me. My name is Sushma Arora and I teach at Stuyvesant High School. I teach AP Chemistry and Region Chemistry, and I'm teaching there from last 23 years almost. I just want to let you know the information what our school is doing and how students are doing and what are the special things about the school. So first of all, I would like to say that as you all know, we are all social animals. We are looking forward to meet our friends, meet our teachers, meet everybody and learn a lot from each other and get interactions from each other. The point was because of Corona, students were not happy and parents were not happy also. So this year, Department of Education has opened up all the schools. They are trying their best. And I would like to tell especially the parents that don't be scared to send your children to school, because Department of Education schools are doing a lot to their best to protect everybody from the corona. So in my school, first thing we do is, as before we even enter, on the first floor, we do the health screening every day. We have to fill up the form. So they check our ID and do the health screening. Inside the school, as we walk in, we are given gloves, wipes, mask, and those things are also provided to students also in case if they don't have it. We have a vaccination theater there where every day teachers or students are getting vaccinated, whosoever they can get, and it is going on from the day one, and people are getting vaccinated. And in between, they will also be calling some teachers or students randomly to come and get corona tested. So in case if there is an issue, they will close their class or however they do it. And for that, we are given instructions to make Google Classroom and Zoom meetings so that we can have a remote learning atmosphere temporarily, just for a week or 10 days. Those kind of arrangements are being done. So as you heard, Kamini just said that we try to keep 3 feet apart, each and every student. Sometimes these situations are not possible in each and every room. So what I noticed is in my classes, the number of students are reduced. So instead of having 34 students, now we have 25 to 26 students. So that way, students, we tell students to sit apart. Students have to take care of themselves, in all aspects. So that is one of the issue that try to sit apart. And then we have what you call air filters in every room. So 2 air filters are given. So as we enter the building, we turn, in our room, so we turn those filters on. And with all this information, and as they are telling us, as they get new information and some new stuff to kind of improve the corona situation, they are working on it. So I will tell students here that don't hesitate to come to school. Don't be scared. Don't tell your friends to be scared. There is nothing to be scared, but as long as you keep yourself protected. So the most important thing is wear mask. If you don't have mask, you can ask teachers or anybody in the school. You will get them. Get vaccinated. That is the most important thing. Some people have some issues that, or the health wise, they have some, problems. They cannot get vaccinated. You have to get tested. But it is not mandate, but you want to protect yourself. This is the key, that you have to get vaccinated. And in general routine, I will say wash your hand, keep your distance, keep your surrounding area clean. If you see your seat is dirty or you're not comfortable, get some wipes from the front of the room. And this is all the daily routine we have been doing it. Okay, so with this general information, I just want to tell you a little bit about the entrance exam, which is our school is Stuyvesant High School. You must have heard it is called a specialized high school for math and science. And we students those who enter in our schools, they have to take a special exam, which is called as SHSAT, which is specialized high school admission tests. So those special tests are generally given in the month of October and November. If there are people with a special need, they have different timings, like longer timing for that. Those kind of facilities are available. And after those exams, the results are declared, and depending on which school has the preference of choosing the students, they select the students, and students come to their selected schools. So you have an option to choose your school depending on which area you live in. So these exams, before you take, you need to make sure, let's say you want to enter in the school next year, you have to start preparing now, because there are some coaching center who will give you guidance, and they will do all the prep work, will guide you with all the stuff and material and things you need to learn. So you prepare yourself so you can be ready for the taking test for the next year. So it's 1 year in advanced preparation, and there are 6 different specialized high school. Depending on where you want to go, you have to take the test. Tests are generally given in most of the schools. And if you want to know anything, you can call us. We'll guide you with all the other information. And all I can say is don't hesitate. Just come to school, keep the positive attitude, and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Sushma ji.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so proud of you all. इतना अच्छी अभी आपने information दी है, और I'm trying to catch the speaker on the screen. Can you please tell me, because I don't think that I can see. Did you see Sushma Arora on the screen, or you still saw me on the screen?
We did
Sushma,
see her. We did see her.
You did see her on the
Yeah.
whole screen?
On the whole
Perfect.
screen, yeah.
Otherwise, I was feeling guilty that Sushma is speaking and why I am on the screen.
Don't worry.
No.
If you think Sushma Malhotra is speaking.
No. They need to know Sushma, because so coming from Stuyvesant High School, who would not like to see your face? Because you all are so, no, really, I'm telling you, this whole educators group is unbelievably intelligent group and all committed. But that's what I keep on telling everybody. We are not here for any selfish motive. Everybody's here for some kind of purpose. Volunteer. No, it's not like कि मेरे पास, I understand we all are busy. मैंने retirement ले ली है, but you all are working. Only 1 or 2 more people, कोई मेरे से बड़ा है, छोटा, I don't know. लेकिन सब जो भी बैठे हैं, सब लोग अभी काम करते हैं. And you all are doing such a wonderful job. Whenever I call a meeting, you are there. Whenever I said we have to do something for group में करना है, large group में करना, you are committed for that. I really bow to you. सब लोगों के साथ मिलके Association of Indian American Educators is doing a wonderful job. So no more taking your time. I am going to invite now Charnjit. Charnjit, please come and introduce yourself and say something जो भी आपके मन में है, because the goal is to prepare somewhat what we can do, parents, students, and teachers as they're going back to school after March 2020. I still remember I was at Forest Hills High School doing that spring program when all of a sudden the schools were closed and we could not go back. We were doing that Star Talk Hindi program. Since then, I know you have been going back in between. Thoda gaye, thoda nahi gaye, kabhi gaye, kuch school khul gaye the, I remember that. But now, you all are in person, everybody, no excuses, right, Sushma?
Yep.
No excuse. So Charnjit, please come and give us some idea how, and say something about yourself also, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Charnjit Kaur, and I am president of this Association of Indian American Educators. And I'm with this association since 2009. And I used to work in a middle school where I was a science teacher, but last year I moved to International High School in Bronx. That school is from 9 to 12. And this is also in a very different setting. Students over here, they come from all different countries. Some are with little knowledge of English and some are zero knowledge of English and they speak only the native language. And some of the students, they are the side students, like students with interrupted formal education. They go there maybe up to 6th grade and then there is a break for 1 year, then they come here, stay here for 6 months, then they go back also. So their education is interrupted. And these students, our main goal is to give them skills so they can navigate through their life and they can have a good life or they can earn their living. These students, they do not take any regions other than English region and the math region, algebra, that they take it in 11th grade. We teach them based on the project. We create the project every year, they create a different project. Up to last year, they were doing each subject, they have a different project, but since last year when we went remote, they don't want to overwhelm these students, giving them 5 or 7 projects every semester. So they did interdisciplinary projects. So through those projects, we teach them the skills like accuracy, research skill, argumentation, communication, and analysis skills. So in their real life, they can use those skills rather than giving them all the information about science and math, but we give them the basic skills so they can lead their life. And just like last year, we did interdisciplinary project that was on pandemic 2020. Through science, when I was teaching science, I talk about how the viruses are spread, how can we increase our immunity, how to control the effects of these viruses. And the social study teacher, he bring the aspect, different pandemics that happen over time. And English teacher teach them the skills, simple skills, so they can explain themselves in written and spoken language. And math teacher, she showed them the data, how to collect data from different pandemics, then compare them, which one was hard to control or where there were more casualties. Basically, with all these themes, we try to teach them the skills so these students, they can, in their real life, they can use those skills also. But this time, since after 1 year, these kids are coming, this year our theme is, again, we are doing interdisciplinary project. This time we are doing, each grade select their own project. So 9th grader, they are just talking about life in the city. So the kids, they are going to navigate through Bronx because I teach in Bronx. And then they are going to talk about small aspects of the city. And 11th graders, this time we are doing life after high school. So through that project, we are trying to teach them. Math teacher is going to talk about how they can apply for different loans, what are the rates, how much loan they can take. And with that project, they can learn when they have to buy a house, how can they apply for mortgage, when they are buying a car, what are they going to do, and how to pay that loan back. And I'm a science teacher, so my goal will be to teach them how to do the research, how to find different jobs related with science field. And also when they enter the college after high school, how their stress level is increasing or how to control that, how that stress is going to affect their body, how to cope with that stress. And also when they're in different jobs, they have different levels of stress. So through that project, we are teaching them some chemistry, some biology also. And English teacher always teach them the skills so they can present or they can do their final piece also. And the history teacher, today we were talking about during common planning, so we were talking that I will teach the students about different colonies, different times, what kind of education was given to them in different countries, how the education is being differentiated between girls and boys, what kind of jobs are available with different types of education. So those are the things we will be talking. So finally, the goal is for us to give them the skills so they can navigate through their life, and we can prepare them for the real life situation where using all these high school skills, they can have a better life. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Charanjit. Thank you. Very good. That's a very, very practical way of teaching, because that's the need of the time. Basically, you cannot say, okay, isko memorize kar lo, isko ratta laga lo, just like a parrot, pass the exam, and those skills are of no use to their life. That's why I said, just please speak about your school, international high school, because they do, if those people who are not aware of international high schools are project-based studies. I do not know how many students are supposed to take regions, what regions do they take or not take, but it's all project-based studies and their diplomas are based on their projects. So thank you, Charanjit. Moving on. And now I'm going to invite Rosy Chhabra, Dr. Rosy Chhabra. But before I invite Dr. Rosy Chhabra, I know she will take 30 seconds only, not even 30 seconds to unmute herself. And she will, please, Rosy Chhabra, you will give some of your introduction so that people know about your background and how you are involved with, I mean, you are an educator, you are a doctorate, you are working with students and patients, so you can do that. But before that, I will just say, the need of the time is not only to deal with their, like what we all are going through, covering your face with the mask, covering, washing your hands, about cleaning your hands, but how now to face the reality of the situation, economic, finance, where to look for jobs. It's such a challenging period we all are going through. Little children, not only, I mean, I shouldn't say only little children, middle school children, high school children, college student, we adults, we elderly people, we all are going through that. So with that note, now I will invite Dr. Rosy Chhabra. Please give some of your information background to us. I know sometimes you're very busy with your projects and your work. You are not able to join us, but today I will take some of your time, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for inviting me, Mrs. Malhotra. Yes, I will definitely share my background. I am a trained clinical psychologist, and I also used to be an evaluator in the school system for DOE. So I did a lot of evaluations, psychological, educational, and social evaluations for bilingual children, specifically from India and from Southeast Asia. So, so I really got to meet a lot of families who were transitioning and a lot of immigrants moving in and children who are still trying to learn English and trying to go to school and figure out how to assimilate well. So I've done that for years, like I did that for about 10, 15 years. And as my doctorate, I kind of started to kind of do more of my work with school-based education programs. So my research was very much focused on HIV, HPV, and kind of really making kids aware of them, and substance abuse prevention and all of those kind of programs in the school settings. So I've always been very involved in the work in the school settings. And presently, I run school-based health centers. So in the Bronx, like if people know that there are like multiple schools in one building. So we run a health center in a building where we can serve all the students. So what can students get? Students can get medical care, they can get mental health care, they can get dental care, they can get vision. So all of these services are provided to students in the school. अभी जो हम कर रहे हैं उससे main issue is that right now we are also providing vaccinations. We're also providing COVID testing. So if your children have a school-based health center in the building, please, please enroll them, because then the providers, the medical providers, the mental health providers can take care of your children if they need any kind of help. We have 32 health centers and we serve over 45,000 students in the Bronx. So it's a big program. So, and I know that there are other school-based health centers that are in Queens, that are in Brooklyn, that are in the city. So if your child is in any school that has a health center, please enroll them for care in there. Because in health centers, we cannot provide care without a parent signing a child in. We can't even give a Tylenol to a kid without parent signature. So that is something that I would like to kind of make sure that all of you understand how important at this time it is. Now, one of the biggest aspects that I have been thinking about and I've been talking about is transitions. So it's not that transition is after this 18 months of staying at home, working remotely. It's a transition not only for children, it's a transition for teachers, it's a transition for parents. So we are all going through this very tough time. And how do we work together? And how do we kind of really work together in terms of making sure that our children get what they need? And it was great to hear the speakers before that they talked about all of these different educational aspects that can be done. I'm going to talk more about the psychological aspects of what needs to be happening. Some of the things that we have instituted in the schools that we are in is like kind of really for teachers. So what we kind of required and what we requested teachers to do is kind of like providing more virtual connections with the parents, like being more available for video chats or maybe phone chats with the parents, because everybody is very, very anxious right now. Everybody doesn't understand what is going on, and they have a lot of questions, and then they have a lot of stress, and they have a lot of anxiety. So when we are dealing with all of that, being available in those ways is better, because a lot of people don't want to kind of come into the school, and you don't want a lot of people to walk into the school either. So I think like those aspects have been better, and that really helps parents learn more and bond and form a bond with the teacher. So it's like teachers and the parents are working together to make sure that we can provide the care that our children need. So those were one of the things. We created a lot of virtual tours of the classrooms, of the school, and of the safety measures that all the schools are taking, so that we could share that with parents. So then parents feel better that, oh, I know my kids will be taken care of, my teachers will be taken care of, everybody would be fine, and we can take care of it. So all the things that you're sharing, we actually made virtual videos of that, of the classrooms, of the health center, of where the students can sit and wait, where they will eat and how they will eat, and how we will separate them for 6 feet when they're eating in the auditorium. And we divided all of this. So all of those things, we created a lot of virtual tours just to kind of make sure that everybody has a peace of mind to kind of say that there is a plan and we're going to do this and we can do this probably. Also, with the teachers, we also requested them to have more outside in the playground meetings with the teachers and with the parents, rather than kind of getting them inside, to kind of make sure children are having a hard time separating at this time. You know, जब बच्चों को स्कूल भेजते हैं तो शुरू में रोते हैं. They are all upset about going. Right now, they are going through that transition. They don't want to go. They are afraid. So I think parents are afraid, teachers, students are afraid. So I think those aspects are happening, and we are just really trying to kind of create situations and areas where we can make a more conducive connection with the parents and the teachers so that they can support the child. But also, I think the teachers are scared. The parents are scared. They're all dealing with the same issue. So how do we make an environment that is safe for everybody? And that is the goal. What creating a daily structure. जो teachers तो हमेशा structure से ही काम करते हैं. They always have कि बच्चे शुरू में आके ये करेंगे, फिर ऐसे करेंगे, फिर ऐसे करेंगे. This is what kids need. And maintaining that structure or maintaining a routine at home is very important. Sleep is very important for the children. So all of these things really, really affect your mental health, and they really affect how well you can do in school. So for children, for teachers, for parents, and how well they can do at work. So all of these things, creating a routine is very important for everybody at this time. And sharing information about what is happening in the school and being more in touch with the parents is very important. And for parents, it's very important to stay in touch with the teachers to get the information that they might need from the school. What else? The other thing that that we have really encouraged is for parents to talk to other parents. So we have created venues, we have created video chats just like this, created forums where parents can talk to each other about what's going on in their school so that they can kind of all share that, oh, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm supporting my child, this is what the teachers are doing, and they share a lot of information. So creating those groups where parents can talk to each other, where students can talk to each other. And that could be virtual. A lot of the things are happening virtually right now. So those aspects can be kind of taken care of. And also just, I think it's very important to remember, this is a phase. This is a phase that we are going through and we will come out of this. But it's a phase we have to learn to adapt. Adaptation is very important. And for parents to be able to kind of talk it out, it's okay. Parents absolutely can get scared. Parents are losing jobs. Parents are losing housing. So there's social determinants of health that really affect, and that is financial insecurity, that is food insecurity, that is housing insecurity, transportation insecurity. You can't even get to a doctor. You can't even get to these places. So these are all things that are reality in our life right now. So I think compassion, empathy is very important from teachers, from parents, and from students to each other, because you don't know what people are going through. People are scared that their family members is sick. People are scared they've lost family members back home in whichever country they are from, and they can't go to see them. So everybody is going through a lot. Just keeping that in mind and thinking about it, I would recommend everybody take the time for yourself to take care of yourself and to take care of your family, and kind of really remember that these are natural feelings and we have to just work with them. But also remember, we will get out of this. We are all going through this at the same time. We will all get out of this. And there are resources, community resources. There are resources to support you for your mental health needs. There are resources to support you for your medical needs. And that's not only for teachers, for parents, for students, for everybody, for your grandparents. There are a lot of resources that are available in our community. Fortunately, we live in US, where there are a lot of these things are available. It's just you have to find them. And how do you find them? By connecting with other parents, by connecting with teachers, by connecting with schools and talking to guidance counselors, you will get all of that information. So I hope I haven't taken too much time, but I just wanted to kind of encourage people to do more of that.
That's very, very important, Rosy. I didn't mean to say that. No, I meant you did not take anybody's more time, any extra time, but you gave us very valid points. Like in life, you have to be organized at home, at school, at work. Everything needs to be. But the time we all are going through, as students, as parents, as teachers, as social members, as family members, we all are scared. Honestly, we are scared, but so we are here to support each other. That's why I said at least we, instead of doing our annual cultural program, which we usually used to do, but we are not able to do that. So why don't we do this? And I know we could not reach, or we could not connect to everybody because students only came back yesterday. So let's hope this video can be shared. And if people are watching us on the Facebook, if they need any kind of support, like Nita Jain is from district office, and Dr. Rosy Chhabra is from, Rosy, if I'm not wrong, you are at Albert Einstein Hospital?
I'm at Montefiore Hospital.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
I know that you are there, but let me just mention, I know Rosy when she was not even married. She came to my school when I was in Kullu, 1987, right? She was trying to do MPhil, but she completed her PhD in the United States. And I know her since then. It's wonderful experience to know her as a person, as a psychologist, as a family member. So thank you, Rosy, for coming and giving us support, but stay with us until the end of this so we can listen to all the speakers. The next person who was coming to share some information about middle school is Harmeet Kaur, but unfortunately, she could not come because her mom had a knee surgery, and unfortunately her mom slipped in the bathroom. And on behalf of this organization, I really wish her mom a good recovery, quick recovery, and a better health. I hope she's not in severe pain. So taking Harmeet's time, I will just say a few words about students' challenges. When they come to this country, and this can be for everybody's information. Guys, can you see me? All hear me? Okay, perfect. So when students come to this country, they do not know whatever credits they have from back home, from their schooling in India, because we are taking care of, we can take care of other countries also, but as much information we have for Indian schools or school system, we do not know about other countries. So when our children come to this country, and when they go to high school, the guidance counselors, you know that, how busy they are, but we are here to support them. For example, if a child is coming to this country after the age of 11, the number of years that child has spent above that in India, his or her foreign language credits are given in this country. Let's say a student comes at the age of 14, 9th में जाता है वो. So इसका मतलब वो इंडिया में 12, 13, 14, 3 years पढ़कर आ रहा है, तो उसको 3 साल के हिंदी के foreign language credits मिल जाते हैं. So these are, I'm just giving you one example. And they know that they can go to the guidance counselor, but how much they know what to tell their guidance counselor. Sometimes the guidance counselors are busy. I'm not blaming, or I'm not, but if we are here to support them, parents and students can get that information from us. For example, I had 2 students in 2019 at Forest Hills High School. Last year, we continued during the spring session before the school closed for COVID-19. That student did not realize that he came to this country during 8th grade. So he already had 4 eligibility to earn 4 credits of Hindi language from India. And with Start Talk program, he made it through. He had 6 credits. And last year, as you all know, there were no Regents examinations. So they made it through without Regents, and he was eligible to get advanced Regents diploma in a high school. So these are little things which we, with my experience, with Sushma Arora's experience, Charnjit, Kamini, all those speakers who already spent some time explaining, we all are here to support you. And we are here to talk to their guidance counselor, to their assistant principals, so parents and students can utilize the volunteer services with the Association of Indian American Educators. So here, not to take much time further, I am going to invite our next speaker, Amrit Pal Kaur. Amrit Pal ji, I know आप छोटे-छोटे बच्चों को संभाल के आती हैं स्कूल में. So let's hear from you. आपका क्या experience है?
Hello everyone. Thank you Sushma ji for inviting me.
Very good. Thank you. You're welcome. आप लोगों के मैं invite क्या करना है? आप लोग खुद आते हो, जुड़ते हो, मुझे support करते हो. So nice of you. Thank you, Amrit Pal.
Thank you for pushing us to do this. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So yes, as you all know that I work in an early childhood program. And here in my school, we have children ages 3 to 5 years old. So you can imagine we do deal with like very young children. They are very cute, but at the same time, you know, you have to be very patient with them. Yes, just like every other educator, we have to follow a set curriculum that's given to us by DOE. And in that curriculum, we teach children about community. They learn about their peers. They learn about our classroom community, our school community, our neighborhood, their families. And then they learn about their environment. In that, like, you know, we talk about the buildings around us. We talk about the transportation we see. We talk about how their actions can impact the society. So with that, we also teach them how to recycle, why we need to recycle, why we need to share things with our friends. Some people have like, a mindset of saying like, okay, early childhood, oh, that's a babysitting services. No, it's not any kind of babysitting services, because early childhood educators have to go through the same education process, the same licensing process, and then we also have to make sure that we follow a curriculum. We do teach our children just like every other educator does. We have our classrooms are divided in like different centers, and those centers are like, I can give you some examples of like those centers, like library, art center, science center. We have a music center, we have dramatic play center, and of course the building center. Children also get to, be in a cozy corner. Let's say like, someone is having a bad day, or, they are moody or throwing tantrums. So we just like, encourage them to manage their own feelings. And those choices, the center choices, they choose their centers in the morning. We do not force them to go be in any particular center, because we want to make sure that they are ready to make their life decisions. So that's why we start from early ages to have their own choices. We do follow a schedule, and that's set for the day. We make sure they get their nap time, their breakfast and lunch happens in the classroom, where teachers do eat with them. And then we make sure that they help us set the tables, like where they see, oh, I have 15 friends. So, I need 15 plates. I need 15 forks and things like that. So here they get their counting skills, they get their math, and then again, their language development. Dramatic Play Center is for, they develop their language. They role play. They talk about like how mommy had like, a good day. We get to know their lives, we hear those stories sometimes and we just laugh, like, they are very cute, and they sometimes like make our day. So what I was going to say, yes, we make sure that, we take care of their physical needs, their development, physical development, cognitive development, their social emotional development. As someone had said earlier, yes, health and safety are very important aspects of early childhood with the nurturing environment. So all those things are like, been taken care of. Washing hands. And then washing hands is a process. Like we probably like don't even follow that process like that. These young children learn, like how they have to open, the faucets, they have to take the soap, they have to make sure they scrub their hands, and then they rinse the soap off, they take the paper towel, with the paper towel, they close the tap, and then that paper towel goes in the trash can. So they have to follow all the steps. And then we have early childhood educators who come to our classroom. They come and they test us on that. Not test, I would say observations. Like how are the interactions of teachers and children among peer-to-peer, interactions, and how we are going to use those quality questioning skills. We do follow that DOK wheel. So make sure that, yes, open-ended questions are being asked to children where, the children are able to, think out of the box. So, again, early childhood, yes, you need to have passion for it. You must be dedicated, and you require a lot of patience. So, but when we come home, let me tell you the truth, we have no patience for our own family. I'm very tired.
You do not want to deal with any more kids. Any more kids in the house?
So thank
Right.
you so much.
No, but thank you. Thank you. Very, very true. And as you said, there is a process for everything. And these little kids, believe me, now we can watch, and my grandkids, they will, if I forget to give them soap, Daddy, you didn't give me soap. Then they will rub it. Then they will wash it. Then they will pull the paper. Then they will put it, everything they learn by process.
And
Extremely.
then a lot of singing. You have to actually use a lot of visuals. You have to like do a lot of modeling. So you
Yes.
become like kids with them. You know, you have to laugh with them. Sometimes we are on our knees on the floor. We, you know, play like, okay, you know, now we are doing exercises with them. So it's fun. I love my work. I love my job.
Thank you so very much, Amrit Pal Kaur, for your support. So all those who are listening to us, whether on video, Facebook, please, if now you heard from a doctor, a psychologist, from a high school, Stuyvesant High School, from International High School, from 6 to 12 high school, I don't have to name them, from a kindergarten teacher. So if you need more information and you want any kind of support, we are here to give you, we are here to provide you. Please come forward, we will try. Moving forward, the area which we are left with, Mangaljit Kaur is going to talk to us about adult education. These are the students. She's here?
Yes, Sushma ji.
Okay.
I'm here.
Mangaljit Kaur is an educator, which I'm going to tell, deals with students who basically could not graduate. I mean, she will go more in detail, but she's going to touch that part which we have not touched so far. We have covered from kindergarten to 12th grade, and we have covered specialized high school, language, LOTE examination, and regions we did in between, psychology, and psychological support. You guys can reach to Dr. Rosy. She has ample, abundant resources to help your student. You can even invite her to come to your school. So you can please use her services. And she has a team of employees and workers with her, expert in that psychological field. You can contact her with more details. So not taking much time, Mangaljit Kaur, please give us some information about your field, which we have not touched so far.
सुषमा जी, 1 मिनट में टाइम लेना चाहती हूँ. मैं अपने डॉटर के घर आई हूँ और मुझे अब जाना है, तो 1 मिनट हम अपना एक्सपीरियंस बता रहे हैं.
ठीक है जी.
हम जब इस जॉब पे थे, अभी तो मैं रिटायर्ड हो गई हूँ, जब जॉब पर थे तो वहाँ स्कूल में स्पीच क्लास में एवरी क्लास में वंस अ वीक कुकिंग सिखाया जाता था.
बहुत अच्छी बात है, बहुत अच्छी बात है.
अपना सोचे कि चलो वहाँ इंडियन एक ही थे, तो पूरी बनाने को सिखाया. टीचर से बात की, अब कहा कि पूरी बनाने को बच्चों को सिखाया जाए, देखिए कैसा ये लोग का एक्सपीरियंस होता है. तो मैंने पूरी बनाने के सब डो बना के सब कुछ ले गए अपने घर से और वहाँ पूरी बना. तो बच्चे इतने इंटरेस्टेड हो गए और उसको एक्सप्लेन किए कि कैसे इसमें एयर जाता है, कैसे पॉप अप किया, फिर कैसे इसको खाते हैं, कितना हेल्दी है, फ्रेश बना हुआ है. तो पूरे स्कूल में सब बच्चे इतने खुश हुए, हमेशा इसकी चर्चा होती थी. तो ये बहुत जरूरी है बच्चों को थोड़ा सा चेंज होना और पेशेंस के साथ बच्चों के साथ इन्वॉल्व होना, उससे बहुत हेल्प होता है. तो हमारा एक्सपीरियंस हम तो बहुत पहले की बात है.
नहीं, बहुत अच्छी बात है.
और सब लोग बहुत खुश हुए थे, टेस्टी भी था, सब लोग खाए भी, फिर डिमांड करने लगे.
बहुत बहुत अच्छी बात है. अब आप 2 मिनट सिर्फ और रुकिए, क्योंकि मंगलजीत को के बाद हम फिनिश करने वाले हैं. 2 मिनट मंगलजीत को सुन के जाइए. आइए मंगलजीत, प्लीज आ जाइए.
अच्छा जी. Thank you, Sushma ji, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity. And I thank everybody, all the speakers, those who really gave us such an important information. So my name is Mangaljit Kaur, jo bhi sun rahe hain. So I work for adult education. And what is adult education? It's These are adult schools under DOE, New York City, Department of Education. These are free schools. All the students, those who are 21 and older, could be anybody, drop out from the schools from here, or any immigrant at the age of 21 can join this school. The schools provide with English as a second language, ESL classes, as well as the school helps student to do the high school equivalency diploma. बहुत लोगों को नहीं पता होता adult education का, like I didn't know even. So I have to take this opportunity to thank Sushma ji very much from the bottom of my heart that he introduced me to this adult education, because I didn't know at all adult education. I was trying the certification in public schools, but as Sushma ji told me, and I'm really thankful every day, because I really love that adult education, teaching 21 and older, because they have their goal, they have their mission. All you have to really help them. So thank you, Sushma ji. So Sushma ji is always great guide and mentor. Anybody who wants help in teaching, contact Sushma ji. This is one thing.
That's not fair. They should contact you all, not me alone.
No, they can contact. I came from India and I didn't know a lot of things. Thank you, Sushma ji. All right, so let's come back to the adult education. So adult education provide students with the help to take the task exam or GED exam. A lot of times the students, those who come from different countries, they know a lot, but they are not good at English and they don't have the knowledge. So I'm going to tell you to contact the adult education, and you can do the high school equivalency diploma. And after that, you can go to college, you can do the training. And who can be the student or who can join the school? Anybody can join the school at the age of 21. You don't have to, it's not necessary to be a green card holder or having Social Security. You don't have to declare anything, and it's free. And so classes are 5 days classes, 9 to 3. Or if you want to join in the evening, if you're working, there's a provision to join the class in the evening. There are Saturday classes. And when during the pandemic, there were classes online, and almost 400 students got the GED diploma. This high school diploma, they used to call it GED, now they call it TASC. 400 students got it, and it was really a wonderful opportunity for a lot of students sitting home and doing the diploma. I really feel great when the student calls. Now they're saying, oh, they joined the college, they're joining the nursing program. And some, in these days, there's no job without GED. You have to be high school diploma. Even McDonald's, they ask for high school diploma. So anybody knows anybody who needs this help, please contact Sushma ji and for the adult education program, or I can give you the number here. It's 718-557-2046. The schools are very convenient in a lot of locations. There are a lot of sites. Usually the classes happen in the public schools, and there are separate rooms for adult education. So you can get in touch with that, with Sushma ji for that. So what else I need to tell you? The adult ESL classes, they provide English, like sometimes their mothers, that their kids are older and they don't have much to do at home, but they don't speak English. So we get a lot of immigrant students from India, from Bangladesh, from Pakistan, and all over the world. America is a country of immigrants, so we get a lot of students for ESL. It's a wonderful opportunity if you can help somebody and tell somebody to join the classes. And the program, they can join anytime. It's not like regular school that you have to join in September. You can join any time, like September to November. If the classes stay open. And what else I want to talk to you about? So this is the mission for the New York City to provide the adults with the knowledge and the skills so they can go through their lives like with a success. They can get the better jobs so the economy grows better. You know how it is. So thank you very much for listening to me. And anybody have any question can contact Sushma ji. And Sushma ji, maybe you can contact the school state. It's 718-557 and 558 number 2046. So this is I teach there. I teach all 5 subjects. This is how it works. In one class, you get all the subject, and when the teacher feels that you're ready to take the test, they fill your application. You don't have to do much. You just have to go and perform your test, like do the test. And it was so nice during the pandemic. If student passed 3 subjects, state provided them diploma with high school equivalency. So it helped a lot of students to finish the high schools. We get a lot of students from here. There are a lot of single mothers. You know the culture here. They get distracted. Students get distracted, and then they get kids. So I have in my class a lot of single mothers and a lot of immigrants, and this is very, very. I really feel great to be there. And again, I remember Sushma for introducing me to this adult education. And anybody have any question can ask me now, or Sushma is always there. Thank you.
I think Sushma ji is always there, but I'm not alone. You all are giving your time. You all are volunteers, and I'm really, really grateful to you all. You guys came with such wonderful information. No doubt we were preparing we were going to talk only about back to school in person, but you are giving information about schools, about their education, about their skills, about GED. Maybe when we have more questions, we can come back with such more meeting, maybe sooner than later, and we can see what more specific time, what more specific topic we can talk to them. If we have, there are so many things we can guide them, we can give them information. So by saying this, I first thank from the core of my heart everybody. I can see on the screen Sushma Arora, Dr. Rosy Chhabra. I see Mira Kumar, Amrit Pal, Vijay Verma, Kamini, Charnjit, Rimple, everybody. If I missed any, Vandana Vyas is there. Vandana, can you want to say anything? I know she's sitting with her 4 or 5-year-old daughter. It's difficult to unmute and speak. So I wish everybody a very healthy, safe, back to school year. And if anybody has to say, add on to this, please go ahead. Then I will, or you want to stay after, I can stop the recording and I can stop the live Facebook. Just let me know. So here, with everybody's permission, with everybody's consent, you all can unmute yourself and show me your faces, beautiful faces. I know you all were tired and you just came back from work. Wonderful meeting, very helpful meeting, very informational meeting, full of information. K to 12, adult education, psychological health, and even Dr. Neeta Jain came in between about some kind of political piece also to give support to those who suffered due to this flood. So we really had a big scan. Honestly, I never expected that we are going to share all this vast, abundant information. So I thank you. Thank everybody. I am going to stop. First, I'm going to stop recording. And then I will stop Facebook Live. And now I'm going to pause on the Facebook as well and start.